Welcome to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe it and press the bell icon. Imagine you're sitting across from a woman, maybe at a coffee shop or during a casual conversation, and you notice her eyes linger on you just a little longer than usual. It's not the kind of glance that quickly shifts away in shyness. It's intentional, almost magnetic. That's one of the first and most powerful signals of desire. Prolonged eye contact is not just a random act. Psychology shows it activates emotional connection and communicates interest without a single word being spoken. When a woman wants you, her gaze often tells the story before her words ever will. She might glance at you, look away for a second, and then return to your eyes, creating this rhythm of attraction that keeps pulling you in. But it doesn't stop there. Look closely at her lips. You might catch her biting or slightly parting them while listening to you. That small, subtle move is rarely conscious. It's her body's way of expressing attraction. It's primal, deeply rooted in psychology, signaling openness and even arousal. At the same time, you might notice her playing with her hair, twirling a strand around her finger, or brushing it behind her ear more often when you're speaking. These gestures aren't accidental. They're part of what scientists call preening behaviors. Ways to draw your attention to her femininity and to subconsciously invite your gaze. And then there's the way she positions her body. Women who are secretly desiring a man often lean in closer, shrinking the physical distance between them. She may mirror your gestures, sip her drink when you do, or even adjust her posture to face you directly. All of these cues create a sense of intimacy, making the conversation feel personal, almost like the rest of the room fades away. These nonverbal signals are her body's language. A language much louder than anything she could ever say outright. What's fascinating here is that most women won't come out and verbalize their desire. Social conditioning, fear of rejection, or simply the thrill of subtlety often keep them silent. So instead, they communicate through these little actions: the eyes, the lips, the hair, the lean. It's all there for the man who knows how to see it. Recognizing these cues doesn't just give you insight into her attraction, it also builds your confidence, because you start to understand that desire is being communicated long before words are ever exchanged. When a woman looks at you that way, when her body betrays what her words don't dare to say, it's her silent confession she wants you. One of the clearest signs a woman is secretly desiring you is the amount of attention she chooses to invest in you. Think about it. Attention is energy, and people don't just give it away freely unless something about you is pulling them in. When a woman is truly interested, she starts to prioritize you in small but meaningful ways. She laughs at your jokes, even the ones you didn't think were that funny. She remembers little details you mentioned weeks ago, like your favorite food, a stressful project at work, or the story you told about your childhood. These may seem like minor things, but in reality, they're powerful indicators that you occupy space in her mind. It's not only about remembering, she also finds ways to create moments with you. She might be the first to text, sending you a message just to check in, or share something random she saw that reminded her of you. Psychology explains this as investment behavior, where desire drives someone to put time and effort into nurturing a connection. When she chooses to do this, it signals she's not passive, she's actively seeking more of your presence in her life. Pay attention to how engaged she becomes in conversation. A woman who desires you won't just respond with short, clipped answers. She'll extend the dialogue, asking questions that go beyond the surface. She'll want to know how you think, how you feel, what drives you. That curiosity is her way of deepening intimacy, and it's rooted in attraction. She's not there just for small talk. She's there because you matter. Another subtle but revealing behavior is the way she reacts when your attention shifts. If you're in a group and you start focusing on others, she might find ways to pull your attention back, either by inserting herself into the conversation or giving a playful nudge. This is not neediness. It's desire, a silent plea for you to notice that she values your focus on her. Women don't go out of their way to compete for a man's attention unless he holds a special place in their mind. What makes this so powerful is that it often happens quietly, without dramatic declarations. She doesn't need to say, "I want you." Instead, she shows it by choosing you over and over in 100 little ways. Her attention is not casual, it's her desire made visible. Sometimes desire doesn't come wrapped in soft words or obvious compliments. Sometimes it comes in the form of teasing, little jokes, or even playful challenges. When a woman is secretly attracted to you, she often tests the waters by pushing your boundaries in subtle ways. She might poke fun at you, exaggerate something you said, or give you a sarcastic remark just to see how you'll react. At first glance, it might feel like she's trying to trip you up, but in reality, psychology tells us this is often a form of flirtation. She's not trying to hurt you, she's trying to measure you. Why does this happen? It's rooted in the female mindset. Women are naturally drawn to strength, not just physical, but emotional strength. When she teases or playfully challenges you, she's checking if you can hold your ground without becoming defensive or flustered. In other words, she wants to know if you're the type of man who can stay calm under pressure. This is where Stoicism plays such a powerful role. If you can laugh it off, smile, or respond with equal wit, you show her that her little tests don't shake you. That calm confidence is magnetic, and it reassures her that you're the kind of man who won't crumble in more serious moments. You might notice her creating scenarios where she pretends to be annoyed or challenges something you say just to spark a reaction. She could playfully disagree with you about music, movies, or even everyday choices. These aren't random arguments, they're sparks, tiny invitations for banter. They allow her to build tension with you in a safe, playful way. And tension, when handled with confidence, often leads to attraction deepening. The key is not to mistake this teasing for rejection. If she truly wasn't interested, she wouldn't put in the effort to engage with you at all. Silence and disinterest are rejection. Teasing, on the other hand, is engagement. It's her way of leaning into you, of seeing if you can dance in the push and pull of energy. What she's really communicating through this behavior is simple. Show me your strength. Show me you're unshaken. Show me you can handle me. And when you pass those little tests with calm, playful confidence, her desire for you only grows stronger. Her teasing is not resistance, it's attraction in disguise. One of the most undeniable signs of desire is the way a woman positions herself physically around you. Words can lie, but the body rarely does. When a woman wants you, she often finds subtle ways to close the space between you. Maybe you're sitting together and she shifts a little closer than necessary, or maybe she brushes past you when there's plenty of room to walk by. These moments aren't accidents, they're signals. Psychology shows that physical proximity is one of the strongest indicators of attraction because closeness activates comfort, intimacy, and trust. Pay attention to how often she makes excuses to touch you. It could be something as small as brushing lint off your shirt, giving you a light nudge on the arm, or letting her hand linger just a second longer when she passes something to you. Science has proven that even casual touch releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone that deepens emotional and physical connection. When a woman desires you, she instinctively seeks this kind of contact because it builds a sense of closeness without words. Another layer to this is mirroring. If you lean in, she leans in. If you cross your legs, she does the same. This isn't conscious mimicry, it's her body sensing with yours. Researchers call it nonverbal synchrony, and it's a powerful sign of alignment. It shows she's not just listening, she's attuning herself to your energy, creating a rhythm that makes you feel like you're moving together. You may also notice how she frames her body, facing you directly, keeping her torso open, and maintaining a relaxed posture are all signals that she feels safe and engaged. Compare that to crossed arms or turned shoulders, which usually signal disinterest. Desire reveals itself in openness, in the way her body naturally wants to stay connected to yours. What's important to understand here is that these actions are rarely bold or obvious. She might not come right out and grab your hand, but she'll create these tiny openings, testing if you'll notice. And if you respond with calm confidence, neither jumping in too fast nor pulling away, you give her the reassurance that her attraction is not one-sided. When she chooses closeness, when her touch lingers, when her body seeks yours, that is her silent way of telling you she wants more than just conversation. Her proximity is her desire made physical. When a woman begins to truly desire you, she doesn't just show it through body language or playful teasing, she reveals it in the way she opens herself up emotionally. Think about it. Most people keep their guard up, sharing only what feels safe and comfortable. But when a woman starts to trust you on a deeper level, she lets you in past the surface. She'll talk about her fears, her dreams, her insecurities, and the little details of her life that she doesn't share with just anyone. This willingness to be vulnerable is a powerful sign of attraction because it signals she sees you as someone strong enough to hold her truth without judgment. It often starts subtly. Maybe she confides in you about something stressful that happened at work or an issue she's been struggling with personally. She may laugh it off on the surface, but the fact that she's telling you at all shows you've earned a place in her inner world. Psychology makes it clear that self-disclosure is a bonding mechanism. When someone feels safe revealing parts of themselves, it creates intimacy. And intimacy is always tied to desire. Notice how she reacts when you respond. If you remain calm, grounded, and attentive, it only deepens her attraction because you're showing her you can handle her emotional depth. This is where your masculine presence matters most. A man who gets flustered, dismissive, or overly reactive breaks the flow of connection. But a man who listens, who remains stoic yet empathetic, communicates strength. And that strength is magnetic. You may also see her testing the waters with smaller admissions first, like telling you about a bad habit, a silly insecurity, or something embarrassing. If you receive it well, she'll go deeper, sharing things that matter on a more personal level. This layering of vulnerability is her way of saying, I trust you with me. That trust is not casual. It's a signal that she doesn't just see you as a passing presence, but as someone who has the potential to hold a meaningful role in her life. When she starts opening her world to you, when her words shift from surface talk to soul talk, that's her heart showing what her body already feels. Her vulnerability is not weakness, it's desire in its most honest form. One of the most overlooked yet powerful elements of attraction is the presence you bring into a room. Women notice it immediately, not just what you say, but how you carry yourself when nothing is being said at all. A man who is calm, grounded, and unshaken in his energy naturally draws women in. This is where Stoicism plays such a crucial role. When you remain composed under pressure, when you don't get rattled by teasing, rejection, or external chaos, you communicate a strength that goes far beyond words. That strength is deeply attractive because it signals safety. Women are naturally wired to seek out men who provide stability. It's not about money or status, it's about energy. If your presence makes her feel calm, protected, and steady, she feels freer to lean into her own femininity. Desire grows in that space because attraction is about polarity. Her energy softens when yours stays strong. This doesn't mean being cold or distant. It means being centered, responding rather than reacting, and showing through your actions that you are in control of yourself. Science backs this up. Studies on attraction reveal that confidence and composure rank among the most desired male traits. When a man radiates stoicism, it signals to a woman's subconscious mind that he can handle challenges, protect what matters, and remain dependable no matter the circumstances. And that silent reassurance amplifies her desire for him. It's not always what you do, it's who you are in her presence. Think about those moments when a woman tests you, flirts with you, or even creates a little bit of tension to see your reaction. If you get flustered, defensive, or over-eager, the attraction weakens. But if you meet her energy with calm confidence, smiling, relaxed, unshaken, you pass the test without even trying. That's when desire silently deepens because she sees you as a man who cannot be easily moved. This is the essence of masculine energy. It doesn't shout, it doesn't chase, it doesn't beg for approval. It simply exists with quiet power, and in that power, a woman feels drawn closer. When you embody Stoicism, when your presence is steady and unshakable, her silent desire for you intensifies without a single word being spoken. Your calm is her deepest turn on.